Okay, Lois, so your last homework you scored 16. So I'm hoping to see a significant improvement this time round. Great start. That's good. Milliliters, no, a bucket would be liters. Milliliters is a small quantity. A teaspoon or a medicine spoon would be 5 milliliters. So that one's wrong. This one's wrong. First of all, that squared there tells you it's area, where we're talking about distance. So it's not squared, and kilometers is too large a measure. Most races in athletics are 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, 1500 meters. It's only really the marathon that's measured in kilometers. And for this one, you can't give me a choice. Grams is too small. If it was, a couple of potatoes, you could say grams, but a sack would be kilograms. So I can't give you that mark because you've given me one incorrect and one correct. So only one mark there. B is correct. A parallelogram. E are parallel lines. They're not a parallelogram. A parallelogram is F, where you've got two pairs of parallel lines. C is a hexagon and G is a rectangle. So 3 marks there, 9 for the page. That is good. This is wrong. You're not using that formula. Okay, you've got to use that formula. So the cost is going to be the number of days, which is 4, times £21, and then you add on to that the £15 hiring fee. Okay, so your method is totally wrong for both of those. That is correct, as is that. 7 for the page. £40 9, 22, delivery by 10 AM, that's good. 3.5 meters is way too big for the height of a car. If you stand next to a car, it's likely to be less or the same height as you, unless it's a big 4x4, but that diagram is just an ordinary car. So it's going to be 1.5 meters at the highest, I would say. So that's not a sensible estimate. And then you've measured the two of those, which is fine, but what you need to do is to see, what you want to do is to see how many of these cars stacked on top of each other is roughly the same height as the church. The maths you do for that is 75 divided by 6, and whatever 75 divided by 6 is what you times by 3.5. so your method doesn't work, or you haven't used a method there. You get 1 mark for that, but then the method would be the dividing of that timesing by your estimate. Go over the page 8. This is good, well done. That is good, as is that. Adding 3 is okay, but that's not a word, so you're not going to get the mark. Minus half of what the number is the same as just halving, but that's okay. So 8 marks for the page. You've done all the hard work there by putting those numbers on there. So what you need to do, the coordinates of A, it's the x first, it always goes across and then up. So A, you've got that side is 12. So to get from there to there, it would be 12. And then to get from there to there, it would be 4. And then you do the similar thing to get to B, it's 4 and 4, which is 8, and you're not going across at all. So it's 0 x coordinate, 8 y coordinate, and so on for the others. That is correct. You should be able to do this now after the work that we've done this week, and we'll be doing work on this in the next couple of lessons as well. But what you need to do there is replace the a with a -1, and the 3 and the a are joined by a times, so that's going to be that. Then you've got -2 times 5, so you get 3 times -1 is -3, -10 equals -13. That is wrong, as is that. Watch how I explain that on the video clip on our class page, and hopefully that will make sense to you. So total for the page 2. 2592 is correct. This isn't. What you have to do here, if you think about how I'd mark if you were to score 78 out of 120, I'd write it like that, and then you times it by 100 to get it as a percentage. I need to see method here. You can't, those aren't percentages because they're out of 120. Watch how I've done that on the video clip, and practice some on the Jones to Sum site in topics. Go to pie charts. They're easy to learn. Always carry 4 or 5 marks. Bearings we've done recently. These are called utility bills, and it is worth you going onto the Jones to Sum site and watching me do some of those and having a go yourself. It's something I'm probably not going to go over in class, because it's better for you to be able to concentrate when you're working on those in quiet. This is good, this is good, this is good, well done. So is that. That is correct, but to 1 decimal place, that's your 1 decimal place, the 0, but because that's a 5, it rounds up. So 8.1, that would be to 1 decimal place. So you lose the mark for not doing the 1 decimal place. 11 marks for the page. Nothing on the last. Have a look at how I do that. See if certainly these 2 questions you should be able to access. Okay, Lois, total for the page: 9, 18, 26, 34, 36, 38, 49. 49 is much better. Still quite away from a grade C though, it's a grade E, and you're 6 marks off a grade D, but you're 20 marks off a grade C. So there's still quite a few questions in there that you should be able to do that you either made mistakes or you left out totally, but a good improvement.